Hello and welcome to Stoughton High School for the 99th anniversary of the Canton High School Bulldogs versus the Stoughton Black Knights. Stoughton Black Knights Thanksgiving football game. I'm Andrew Gillis alongside Shane Gallagher. Shane, tell us about this matchup.
Well, yeah, Andrew, it's a pleasure to be here, and we're here at the Stoughton Turf. As you mentioned, these two teams go way back. You had just said it's the 99th meeting between these two teams. 100th year of the game is being played, 99th meeting, and the rivalry is alive and well. Every year, you look forward to this game, and you want to go out there and beat your opponent, and that really rings true with the rivalry and the matchup that these two have.
Absolutely, and we anticipate to be a physical football game today. You know, we saw it was a little physicality in the Powder Puff game yesterday. The rivalry is still very alive, and I'm anticipating to be a good one. Obviously, you got the 2-8 Black Knights hosting the 8-2 Bulldogs. You know, the two polar opposite records, but we always see in rivalry games, the records don't usually matter. These players want it more no matter what.
Certainly, and you know, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. So any given day, you know, any team can beat anyone. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We got a couple honorary numbers, or I don't know how to explain honorary, not captains, but honorary numbers for this game. Number 27 is the Ricky Shannon jersey. Jake Marcel's wearing it today. And for Stoughton, they have the Paul McEachran jersey. Jackson Arnold's going to be wearing that. He's wearing number 22 today. And Ricky Shannon was a standout player on the 1981 Canton High School football team. Tragically, in 2008, he died in a house fire, but his legacy lives on. Coach Eckler had some great things to say about him. Said, Jake Marcel displays all the traits that Ricky did. A great teammate on and off the field, a great football player as well, and that's why he's wearing number 27. He's also a captain on the team. And then the Paul McEachran jersey, I'm not too familiar with it, but I think it's fairly new, and Paul McEachran was Stoughton class of 1967. He unfortunately passed away in the Vietnam War, so yeah.
Well, yeah, it's really special. Just another thing that adds to the tradition and what makes this game really just stand out from the others. And we're going to honor America here with the national anthem. Well, just a beautiful rendition of our nation's anthem there, done by the Stoughton High School band. We will expect them to most likely be marching at halftime as they have in past.
Yeah, and let me tell you, their band is special. It's one of the better marching bands I've seen in my time, for sure.
It really is.
And I've seen a lot of marching bands, and that's one of the better ones I've seen.
100%. And talking about the weather conditions a little bit, it's a cold one.
It's cold. You know, it's definitely not ideal to be playing out there in the field. It's going to be cold, probably the coldest day these players have seen so far. Last game of the season, and I'm glad I'm up here in the booth, Shane, because it's nice and warm up here.
Oh, 100%. it's definitely a nice stark contrast from what they experienced down there in the trenches.
Yeah, it looks like Stoughton's going to receive the first half kickoff here.
Yeah, so the kickoff will be done by Tiernan Ritson, number 39. He was a former soccer player, then converted over to football this season.
Yeah, you see that a lot across, you know, you see that our receiver slash corner slash kicker, other kicker, Nolan Harney, he's a soccer convert as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And here's Ritson to kick it off.
And the kick is up, and we are away here in the 99th playing. It's bobbled. Coming down, number 2 for Stoughton. Taken down by a host of Canton defenders and around the 13-yard line. And
that was Xavier Vicente on the return. A swarm of Canton Bulldogs, and here comes this Canton defense. You know, Canton's defense has been very good. Key player here. A couple playoff games ago, Nolan Harney, number 24, a player to keep your eye on. 3 interceptions, Division IV Player of the Week. But this defense, they're dangerous for sure.
They certainly are. And Sean Rockwood taking the helm of the offense here for the Stoughton Black Knights.
Yeah, number 1 looks like Kervin Georges as their running back.
And that play doesn't get much.
Yep.
Taken down at around the 13-yard line.
Absolutely, here. And that's the D line with the support of the such good Canton linebackers. You have Crow, Marcel, and Gavin Bouchard. Bouchard actually missed the last 2 playoff games, unfortunately. I believe it was a back injury, but he's a junior captain. And their run defense has been great. You see when they're playing, like Marble had a really good running back. They're able to stop him, and they know where to go.
Oh, yeah, certainly getting pushed back is key. Rockwood throws a screen pass. That one's going to fall incomplete. And that's going to set up third down.
Yeah, and a massive, massive third down here. You know, the Canton Bulldogs have been able to really force third downs this year. Third and longs, and we're going to see what happens here. But looks like we're having some subs. But it really comes down, you know, Jeff Eckler, great defensive coordinator. He's the interim head coach right now. But even when Coach Fallon was still here, he's a fantastic defensive-minded coach, and I believe that is why this defense is so strong.
He really is such a great coach. And, you know, we see Stoughton early targeting Georges twice. It's going to be interesting to see if they continue that trend.
Absolutely.
Rockwood takes a snap, drops back, looking out wide. That's going to be incomplete to number 2.
Xavier Vicente, the intended target.
Vicente,
you know,
he's unable to corral it.
Yeah, and you know, this Stoughton offense, you know, we don't know much about it. We know that it's not crazy high powered, but you know, we know that they can do some damage, especially if Canton were to, you know, take some drives off. So we're excited to see this Canton offense here get a chance at the ball. Brian McGilvray is going to be under center today, the senior, number 4.
And that punt is straight up in the air. It's going to fall down. Only a gain of about 5 yards there.
Huh.
And,
interesting.
You know, for Stoughton, you really hate to see that happen.
You really do. It's a windy day here. Looks like it caught in the wind. You know, tough conditions probably going to happen for both teams, but nevertheless, great field position now for the Canton Bulldogs as McGillivray trots on the field. He's at the helm tonight.
Yeah, they're going to start at the 20-yard line here, already in a dangerous position, and we've seen this offense be able to do damage when needed. So McGillivray in shotgun. He has Crow lined up to his right. He's going to take the snap, hands it to Crow, jukes around on the left side, on the outside, down to the 15. He's still up, down to the 10, and he's taken down at about the 6-yard line for the Bulldogs. A productive first run there from Nick Crow.
And a great run by Nicholas Crow. I mean, fantastic blocking. He's going to be able to get to the outside there and take it inside the 5. So just a fantastic run by Crow, and he's been such a crucial part of this offense and defense. But you know, especially this offense, whenever they're inside the 5. He seems to punch it in every time. Big runs. He gets those big runs when they need it, and he's just been fantastic. He can catch balls out of the backfield. He can run the ball fantastically. He's been amazing.
And McGilvery takes a snap, hands off to Jameson, cutting inside. He's going to be brought down. We'll see where they mark him. It's going to be just short of the line here.
Yeah, Jameson, another player that's really rose to fame this year. I think we saw him for the first time get some reps in the Thanksgiving game last year, and then this game he has a completely breakout season. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic. He's only a junior. He has a year left. He's number 29, another player to keep an eye on here. He's really talented. He's fast.
Yeah, definitely a breakout season from him. So, looking like Crow lining up under center here.
The Wildcat formation.
Wildcat formation. He fumbles the snap, and it's hopped on by the Stoughton Black Knights. That's going to be 22, Jackson Arnold, the senior who we talked about wearing that Paul McEachern jersey. And just like that, the momentum shifts drastically. Yeah,
and that's what you don't like to see. When you're inside the one, Canton has been so good at punching it in this year. This offense hasn't had too many hiccups this year, but we just see one there, and not a good start for this Bulldogs offense. It seemed like they were very close to punching it in, just couldn't finish the job. So we'll see if this defense can get something going here.
Yeah, Rockwood takes back over here with the offense. He's going to hand it off quickly. And Georges is taken down. A gain of maybe 2 if he's lucky there.
Yeah, and again, this run defense is just so powerful. It's so strong. They really know where to go to for this running back. I believe it was Georges there. And we're really going to, if Stoughton's going to want to hang this game, they're going to need to start passing the ball, figuring out a way to move the ball downfield. Because when you start passing, the run game opens up, but it's just so hard to do against
we saw them
this
target
defense.
Vicente early. Here's
Arnold.
Arnold down the left side. He's going to break free. Lank over there, and Lank's going to make the tackle at about the 41-yard line, but a productive run there from Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, and a really good run there by Arnold. We know Arnold's a key player to the Stoughton's offense. He's really talented. He's wearing that number 22. He's a leader, and a big gain for them there. You don't see that. You don't see big runs against Canton a lot. Usually it's the passing plays that'll get them, but a great run by Arnold there in a much-needed situation.
And that's a big first down. Expect Arnold to be getting the ball a lot here. Arnold and Georges have been setting up with a 2 running back formation there. Rockwood takes a snap. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to keep it for a run, and he is taken down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
I mean, a great job. I believe it was Pouchard.
Like Pouchard in
Pouchard
there.
on the tackle. He's so good at working downhill. When a running back is trying to hit a hole, he's so good at making the tackle. He's a really talented player. Excited to see what he can do for this team next year as well.
His ability certainly is outstanding, and it's big to have him back from injury.
Absolutely. Noah Laranko subs in on the defensive line for James Grant.
Rockwood back in shotgun here. It's 2nd and long. He's going to take the snap, hands it off to Georges. Georges beats around the line. Harney can't get him, and he's going to be forced out at around the 46 yard
A great
line.
job by Georges bouncing to the outside there. He clearly has speed, nearly burns Harney, but Harney does a good job angling him off. But just a great run by Georges there. He's fantastic when he has the football in his hands. So he should be. The Canton defense should really keep an eye on him today, because it's the Stoughton running game that has been off to a good start early, as we expected. And it's going to be up to can the Bulldogs stop the run game? Because if they can, it should be.
Rockwood takes a snap, hands it off to Vicente, and he's going to be taken down. He gets the first down, gains the line. It's about a 4-yard gain, and the chains are going to be moving.
Yeah, and clearly some momentum for the Stoughton offense, the Stoughton team, and their fans here. Moving the chains consistently, and a little demoralizing for this Canton team, who had a little bit of a fast start, but is starting to slow down, and the momentum starting to pick up for the Black Knights.
Yeah, and already 2 very effective runs to the outside. One by Georges, one by Arnold there. And we're going to be seeing if that continues here. Rockwood takes a snap, hands it off. Georges again, and he's going to be taken down for a big loss there. Nick Crow comes flying in and smothers it before anything can happen.
And that's just fantastic defense by Nick Crow. He works downhill, he gets the guy in the backfield, and that's where the Bulldogs have been so affected. You know, forcing second and longs, third and longs, forcing the other team to pass. Yeah.
Well, those linebackers, Nick Crow, Gavin Pouchard, Chris Pereira, they've been very effective here at just hitting the holes and just absolutely hindering any chance of an offense. Rockwood communicating with his sideline, figuring out the play call, puts in his mouth guard, and takes a snap. He fakes the throw. He's going to take it on the keeper, and he's going to be dragged down, still unable. Maybe a gain of 2, but he's still very far. It's going to set up a good 3rd and about 12 here.
And another fantastic job by Gavin Pouchard, the junior captain. Jerome Weeks checks in here. Jerome Weeks, again, a lot of players on this Canton team who didn't see a ton of playing time last year. Jerome Weeks steps up in a big way this season. You know, he's been fantastic at the cornerback position for the Bulldogs.
There's a handoff. Georgia. And they flip it back to Vicente. He's still on his feet. He's still going. He's down the sideline to the 30, 35, 20, 10-yard line. He's going to take it all the way to the house.
Yeah, and
Xavier Vicente with the touchdown, and the Stoughton Black Knights are going to take a 6-0 lead.
And we just talked about the momentum shift.
And we have the replay up. You see the flip to Vicente after the handoff to Georges, and Vicente breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and takes it to the crib.
Yeah, we just talked about how Stoughton was gaining momentum, and they keep the momentum here. They had a chance twice to take him down the backfield, and they just failed to. I mean, props to Xavier Vicente for that amazing run, and just demoralizing again for this Canton defense. You force a 3rd and 12 or 3rd and long, whatever it was, and then he makes a big run like that. Great job by the Stoughton Black Knights to capitalize on a moment like that.
Yeah, definitely. And the kick is blocked. Wow. And looks like number 27 in there for Canton.
Jake Marcel wearing the Ricky Shannon jersey today. Usually
Wearing
Jake Marcel is number
Shannon
7.
jersey.
Usually he's number 7, but today he's wearing number 27. And Coach Eckler clearly unhappy on the sideline after that big let-up of a play.
And all the momentum changes there with that fumble in the red zone. The Dogs looking poised to score, and then all of a sudden it's Stoughton's turn to get the ball back and march down the field.
Yeah, you know, it starts with that fumble. It starts with, you know, failing to execute in the red zone, and Canton's going to get the ball back here, see what they can do. It's going to be Jameson to take the kick with Mellon to his left and Weeks to his right.
Yeah, all 3 of those have speed. Don't let them get into open space here. We've all seen them have very effective returns so far this season.
Yeah, and we saw the punt not go very far with the wind factor. So I'm curious to see what happens with this kick. Looks like they might need to have a holder for the kick. If the ball won't stay on the holder, I don't know what else they would do.
Yeah, the wind is certainly playing a factor in this game, hindering the run game or the passing game as well. We haven't seen a completed pass so far in our young competition. So like you said, that first punt already just pops straight up with the wind just hitting a wall.
Yeah.
So we've also seen in past games teams going with more of a squib kick.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what Stoughton elects to do here.
Absolutely. It looks like a ball issue, so they switch the ball out, and the Black Knight's ready to kick here.
And the kicker, Vilpigue here, he just missed his kick, and they do kick it low.
They do go with the squib.
And it's going to be Jameson receiving it. He's going to run out to his left around the 30-yard line. He is wrapped and taken down That's going to be a solid return of about 15, though.
Yeah, and a clear energy shift, as this Stoughton team is full of energy. We're on their side here, or of their side of the field here, and you can see their fans are into this game. You can tell they want it, and Canton's really got to find a way to get their energy up. We know they're a good football team, but they can't take anyone lightly.
Yeah, the fans are certainly bought into the program, and they are certainly passionate. So McGillivray takes back over. He's going to start off with the handoff to Crow. Crow breaks loose for a good 7-yard gain.
I mean, great job by Crow to get to that second level. And, you know, again, we're just touched on it. It's a windy day. I'm curious to see how much the Bulldogs are going to utilize the pass game, because their air attack has been very good this year, right, with Norton, when Norton was at the helm. And now even when Brian McGillivray is on the team, he's at the helm. He can pass the ball too, so I'm curious to see what they do.
Jameson on the jet sweep here. He's going to cut up down the sideline. That's going to be good for a first down and more. Yeah, he runs it down to about the 49-yard line.
It's the Bulldogs emphasizing the run game. You see the last couple of games, early they emphasize the run game, and that's what they're doing here. They early in the game in the red zone, they emphasize the run game, and they're just going to continue. Jameson already has 2 jet sweeps for both pretty big gains, and
so it's a first down here for the Bulldogs as McGillivray cadences, gets the snap, throws it out wide for a screen. That's going to be Marcel. He's going to be taken down at about the 55-yard line. There is no 55-yard line. That's the 45.
And that's Marcel's first usage of the game. He is one of, if not the best piece of this offense. He transferred back to Canton High School. I believe it was his sophomore year. His junior year was his first year at Canton High School, or first year playing football at Canton High School. Oh, he did? I don't know. And he unfortunately had an ACL tear last year, but he comes back this season. He's committed to play lacrosse at Assumption University in Worcester. But he's a heck of a good football player too, and I'm hearing word that he is the Hockomock MVP as well.
Yeah, I believe they split the Hockomock MVP award into 2 offensive and defensive categories, and I believe he won defensive. And on that last play, Crow, a good gain of about 6 to get the first down and move the chains. So the Canton offense is humming early.
They're moving the ball well, and that's what we were expecting. They're going to move the ball well. They just can't have those hiccups like the fumble that we saw earlier.
And they go right back to Crow. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He gets you another 5 yards. And, you know, like you talked about the hiccups in the offensive territory, you know, it's certainly cold, so that might play a factor here for the center, Owen Sasson. Sasson's been very consistent this year and very good at keeping the ball under control, and a very quarterback-friendly center at that.
I mean, absolutely, and Sasson's been amazing. You know, going into last year, there were some questions who the center going to be. You know, Sasson stepped up, and he's been near flawless.
Certainly, and that's part of why the run game is so effective. Here, it's only good for about 2 yards, as Crow gets smothered by many Black Knights.
I think he might have lost yardage there on that one. It's going to bring up a 3rd, and it looks like about 3rd and 8. So we're going to see what they do if they keep it on the ground or they throw the ball. I'm anticipating for them to throw the ball here with McGillivray. McGillivray goes back into the huddle, and we'll see what Bulldogs have drawn up. See what offensive coordinator Marty Sasson has planned for the Bulldogs here.
Well, 3rd and 7 upcoming here. McGill takes a snap, loses it. He's going to be able to fall on it, but flying in there was George's for Stoughton. And that's going to set up a 4th down here. McGill clearly shaken up. He has a little bit of a limp as he goes off the field. And Canton just once again, the ball just isn't being too friendly to them today.
It really isn't. 2 fumbles, or fumble snaps, I should say, in the first 2 possessions for them. That's not how you want to start a game, but it's gonna just depend on how they respond to this adversity.
And Marcel with a booming punt. That's going to fall into the end zone for a touchback. And Marcel, as we talked about him on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, he's also very valuable special teams-wise, as you can see just how massive his punting ability can be.
I mean, he is one of the better punters I've seen at the high school level for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So the Knights are going to take back the ball. There's 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Stoughton leading 6-0 over Canton in our annual Thanksgiving Day game.
Yeah, and back to the fumble, Marblehead. When Canton played Marblehead just a few weeks back, there were some bad snap, / fumble issues there. We're seeing that again, so I'm wondering what the problem is if it's continuing to happen.
Yeah, Rockwood good for about a yard or 2, but going back to the snap situation, a lot of teams on the road with the stadiums being so loud will go with a no count cadence. They'll go clapping, or they'll go with a leg lift. So it'll be interesting to see what McGillivray decides to do and what this Canton coaching staff has in store.
Especially in a hostile environment like this one. A ton of Stoughton fans here, a lot of Canton fans here. It's probably one of the most packed games that we've seen this season for the Bulldogs. Obviously a couple other games that have been packed, but for sure a hostile environment here at Stoughton High School, the beautiful Stoughton High School.
Beautiful campus.
It's a beautiful campus, beautiful
and
turf.
Up here from the booth, we can see a good while. As Stoughton elects to not run a play and run it down to the quarter. So we are heading to the second quarter, 6-0 Stoughton. And what are you seeing as the key to the game so far, Andrew?
Yeah, well, I'm seeing defensively the Bulldogs are doing a good job forcing 3rd and longs. Obviously, Stoughton had a couple big plays. They forced 3rd and long, and it's just a failure to execute. Props to Stoughton. Their run game is really working right now at times. They've executed. If you told me before the game that after the first quarter it'd be a 6-0 game Stoughton, I'd be a little confused just because, I'm expecting this Canton offense to do more. To put up 0 points. Obviously, a lot of game left, but it's really come down to who has executed, and the Bulldogs have not executed. They have a couple hiccups on the offensive side of the ball, and then that one big hiccup on the defensive side of the ball, which led to Xavier Vicenti's 60-yard run. So it's just been, just a lack of energy to start with for the Bulldogs.
Rockwood's going to take the ball. He claps to receive the snap.
That's Abelard.
Out wide. Running around, and he's tripped up there.
A huge tackle by Jake Marcel. Yeah, and that was Abelard on the screen pass. A good little play call by the Stoughton offensive coordinator, but that's Huckmuck defensive MVP Jake Marcel there on the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So again, we see Stoughton's behind the sticks, but Canton really needs to play a full 3 downs here. Rockwood
that's Abelard's first target, and we've seen Stoughton go to a select few of their favorite weapons here. They've gone to Georges, they've gone to Arnold, they've gone to Vicente, and now they get Abelard in the mix.
Yeah.
Rockwood surveying. He's going to be pressured deep in his own zone and taken down for a big loss there.
It appeared to be Tommy Rose. A great job applying the pressure. And Rockwood was dropping back. It looked like he had number 2, Xavier Vicente, his favorite target, on the left side. He was running it looked like a corner. But Rockwood looked him off, spinned off, and a great job by Tommy Rose working downhill and taking him down in the backfield.
So that's going to bring out the punter now. So Vilpigue back to punt. He is a lefty. Not sure if that really affects much, but
Just good to know.
yeah, you don't see that every day.
And a much better punt by him this time.
And that's Jameson's going to let that roll out at about the 50-yard line.
So the Bulldogs in good field position here, and 10 minutes remaining in the first half. It's time for this Bulldogs team to score. You don't want to go into the second half scoreless again. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying they really got to get something going. That this offense got to find its legs early here.
Well, the offense has been playing well. We've seen them get just many consistent, solid gains of yards. And while they haven't necessarily got that big play, they've been gaining yardage as needed. It's just really about limiting mistakes here.
Absolutely.
So McGillivray takes a snap, quickly out to Jameson. He jukes to miss a defender and then is taken down by 2.
Another great job by
But
Jameson.
not before he's able to scratch across a couple yards.
And a great job by Jameson. Canton continues to keep the ball moving forward. A great job by Jameson on the screen pass. Weaves a couple of defenders and gets a good, nice, comfortable gain of 5 yards. Looks like it was a gain of 4, actually. 2nd and 6 here for the Bulldogs.
Just run through the defender, but he is forced out of bounds. That's going to be a gain of about 3 here. They're down to the 41. The Bulldogs threatening for a first down here.
3rd and short, and we've seen over and over when the Bulldogs are in the opposing team's territory, they really don't go for the field goal a lot. So this is 4th down territory for 4-down territory for sure for the boys in white here, and we'll see what they do here. I'm anticipating run the ball.
Certainly expect 2 runs here. Here is Crow. He's going to be swallowed up right at the line. They're going to mark him short by a yard or 2. That's going to set up a 4th and 2 here. And the offense is going to stay on the field.
Absolutely, just like we anticipated. We knew that they had two downs to get this yard, and now it's 4th and 1. A failure to convert here would be an even more momentum shift in Stoughton's side, even more momentum than they already have. But we'll see what they do here. Right there, we knew Stoughton was going to bring the pressure. We knew they were going to bring the blitz, but again, looks like they're going to bring the pressure again. We'll see what they do.
Gilvery takes a snap, gives it to Jameson on the end around. Jameson's going to pick up the first down with a nice gain of 4. And you see a good play call there by Eckler, getting Jameson in motion, giving him momentum as he swings around and beats the edge.
Yeah, and Jameson's been a key player in today's game. I mean, he seems like the only life to this offense right now. He's been playing fantastic, and after that play, you see the Canton fans come to life a little bit.
Well, yeah, the opposing sideline is certainly starting to perk up. So it's a fresh set of downs here as McGillivray takes a snap. He looks to his right. He's going to fire. He has Marcel. Marcel gets tabletopped with the tackle, but not before he picks up about 5 yards.
Yeah,
down to the 28.
You see number 27, Jake Marcel here. He's going to roll out to the right. A really good look by Brian McGillivray. And, Marcel has been the #1 target on this offense for sure. But we haven't seen any big plays downfield yet. We've seen a lot of short passes, some jet sweeps. But I'm excited to see if they're going to do any
Stoughton electing to play
big
man
plays
defense here. And this is going to be taken by Crow. He's going to break the seam. He's going to go. Nick Crow for the touchdown.
Great run by Crow.
And the Bulldogs have tied the game at 6.
And a great run by Crow. Great blocking. Knights in man coverage there. I thought McGillivray was going to throw. I was talking with McGillivray before the game. And he talks about when the other team's in man coverage, almost all the time he's looking for Jake Marcel. He said it's his favorite target. But he's going to hand it off to Crow there for a big run. I thought they for sure were going to keep it in the air. They run to Crow, and that's the explosiveness that Nick Crow has to offer.
And the extra point hits the crossbar as Harney, the kicker, slips on the turf. I know from experience this turf is quite slippery, so not much of a surprise there. But you go back to that touchdown run by Crow. You know, this is really the first time you see Canton setting up 4 receivers. Everything tells you that it's going to be a pass. It just seemed like the perfect opportunity to pass, and you got to know that the defense is thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that's where it opens up Crow and gives him less defenders that he has to worry about.
Yeah, and that's where we've seen all year Marty Sasson just even fooling the fans. You don't know what he's going to do. He's a great offensive coordinator, and he works with the linemen too. His son is Owen Sasson, the senior captain, and he has drawn up some great plays for this Canton offense that has quite frankly won them some games this year.
It really has. The offensive ability of Canton, just when the defense isn't going, they're able to outscore their opponent. When the offense isn't going, they're able to win on defense. So
yeah,
when the two come together in harmony, it's a beautiful sight to see as a Canton Bulldog football fan.
It really is. It really is. As Vicente.
The refs whistle it down as the ball falls. Tiernan Ritson back out to kick. The opening kickoff.
Vicente set to receive this one.
And the kick is away. Vicente's going to take it. Nope, let it bounce. It hits his leg. He corrals it. Spin move, and another spin move. He's still up. He is taken down finally as he is swarmed by Canton defenders, but not before he's able to make 2 very nifty moves and gain some extra yards.
A great tackle by Braden Mitchell there, number 15, a great special teams player, great energy guy, great kid all around, and a great tackle there to keep Xavier Vicente limited there, because we know that he has that explosiveness in his game.
So the Stoughton offense taking back over. Rockwood takes a snap. It's high, but he deals with it. Georges cuts up. He's going to get about a yard or 2, but there is a flag. We'll see what it is. It's going to look like a holding here on the offense. That's going to push Stoughton back. So the first flag of the day is thrown by our crew chief there with
we don't know their names, unfortunately.
Don't know their names, but seems like a great guy from up here.
Yeah, I mean, looks like a bunch of nice refs from what I see, but
they've certainly called a very clean game so far.
Yeah, they really have. And Stoughton back behind the sticks again by, I think that was a 5-yard penalty. Not sure who the holding was on specifically, but now buried in their own end is the Stoughton Black Knights offense.
Yeah, they got to dig themselves out of a hole here. It's going to be a 1st and 20 for the Black Knights. Let's see what Rockwood and this offense has to say about that. They're going to start off with a handoff to Arnold, but he is taken down by Gavin Pouchard in the backfield.
And Pouchard looks a little shaken up. Looks like the right or left ankle there, but you know, we saw Arnold earlier with that big run down the left sideline, and Canton really contains him here. A great job by Pouchard, great job by this Canton defense to contain him.
And it speaks to Pouchard's just toughness that he goes in there just coming back from injury. You know he wants to be out on the field playing with his brothers, and he makes a great tackle, fantastic play as he seems to do all the time. And he's going to come out shaken up sometimes.
Yeah,
you know, it's a tough sport. But, you know, he doesn't even signal to the sideline. He takes it, and he's really dealing with it, working through the pain.
Absolutely.
So Rockwood here rolls out to his right. Now he's going to dish it off to, I believe that's George's, but nothing doing there as Nick Crow and Jake Marcel are right there.
A great job by, again, the Bulldogs linebackers. That's going to bring up a 3rd and very long here. And, you know, and back to Gavin Pouchard, a super nice kid from what I've heard. I mean, everybody I've talked to just talked about how great of a teammate he is, how great of a leader he is on and off the field. And that shows in his game. He works as hard as he possibly can, and you can see him lead just by example out there on the field.
That's the impression I get as well. And, now that's going to set up a very long third down. We've seen the punting abilities of this Stoughton team be a little suspect, as the first one didn't go great, but they rebounded on their second attempt. Yet to really throw a long pass down the field, but if there's ever a time to try, it's right now. It's going to be a timeout here for Stoughton.
Yeah, and I'm curious what they're going to do here on this 3rd and 25, because you can run the ball and protect the ball going forward, or you can try to get the ball in the air here, something that they really haven't done yet this game. So
yeah,
I'm curious to see if,
sorry about that.
No, go ahead. The wind, I was going to mention that. The wind the wind is playing a major factor, as we mentioned countless times.
Well, yeah, and my apologies on that last run. That was Vicente, not Georges. But you couldn't really see because he was being covered by both Marcel and Crow.
Swarm of white jerseys there as the Canton defense gets back onto this field, and here comes the Stoughton offense after this timeout. Stoughton backed up to their own 8-yard line around there. So we'll see what happens. Braden Mitchell on the field for this Canton defense after a big tackle on special teams. They put him in at corner. Man in motion.
Rockwood taking the snap right on him, and they're going to rule that one incomplete. It ended up with Crow having the ball in his hands and going to celebrate in the end zone. But the refs are going to shut down that party as the pass was dropped.
Would have been awesome, but now the Stoughton punter, you're going to have to remind me of his name, is coming back onto the field to punt away for the Stoughton Black Knights special teams unit. It's I can't pronounce that last name. But
I believe it's Vilpigue.
Vilpigue. Oh,
and that one's going to be shanked to the right.
Going into the stands.
Well, someone almost got a souvenir there. And I'm not sure what the policy of returning the football is here, but
personally, I would have kept that.
It would have been a token to remember this game by.
It really would have. The 99th anniversary, but that ball stays in bounds, or not in bounds, stays in the stadium. I thought it was for sure going to head into the stands, but
well, if you're just joining us, it's a beautiful sunny Thanksgiving morning here. We got about 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter, a 6-6 tie game, and you got the Canton Bulldogs here in the white jerseys with the green lettering, Stoughton with the black jerseys, the white lettering, and the orange trim. McGilvery takes the handoff. Marcel, nothing doing there as he is absolutely wrapped up by 1, 2, 3. We'll call it 5 defenders.
Absolutely. I like 5 there. That's a good estimate. And props to the Stoughton defense. They've been fantastic today. I mean, this is a Canton offense that is averaging close to 25 points per game. They're averaging close to 25 points per game, and this Stoughton defense is holding them to 6 points in the first half almost. So obviously good field position for the Bulldogs here. Hopefully they can get something going here, but really, I tip my cap to this Stoughton defense.
Yeah, I believe that number is 24.8 points a game, so mental math tells us the Bulldogs are not on pace so far. McGilvery takes a snap, hands it to Crow.
Mental
tries
math
to
definitely
split the
tells
defenders,
us that
and
we're not
once
gonna get
again,
there.
we keep just stepping over each other's toes, and that is so my fault.
No, it happens,
A solid game there by Crow. It's going to set up a third down here. Third and about 6. So we'll see what Marty Sasson, Jeffrey Eckler, and the rest of the Canton coaching staff have planned for us here.
Absolutely, and I'll repeat myself. This is probably 4-down territory for the Bulldogs. Yeah, again, especially on a windy day like today, A, and then B, Narni already missed a PAT, so I'm expecting them to go for it twice.
McGillivray hands off to Marcel. He's going to cut to his left, hurdles a man on the ground, and he is going to pick up.
And the chains are moving.
And they're going to move the chains. That's going to be a first down.
The chains are moving on this windy day at Stoughton High School.
Well, a hop, skip, and a jump got him there, but Marcel will do whatever it takes to try to get that first down.
I mean, he will do anything for this team, for his brothers in the green and white, and that's why he's just such a good leader.
Yeah, his leadership has been recognized all throughout the program and the town in that. And he's going to set up right on McGillivry's shoulder with Crow behind. We'll see who gets the ball. It's going to be McGill keeping it, rolling out, surveying. He's going to get rid of it. And a smart play there by McGillivray, knowing a defender is right on his back. And he's just going to decide to put it where the defender can't. Unfortunately, his receiver couldn't get it either.
Yeah, you see the Black Knights again. They're in man coverage here. So McGillivray, Assassin calls the play action pass, and it's a little tough for McGillivray because he's a lefty quarterback. You know, obviously not the biggest deal in the world, but it's a little different watching from up here at least a lefty quarterback operate. The way they have to turn to throw the ball, it's different than watching a righty, obviously. And right there, he would have to twist his body and throw to the middle of the field, which would have been very hard if he wanted to hit his favorite target, Marcel, which is why he looked to the sideline there. Unfortunately, falls incomplete.
Yeah, he does have to open up the hips when rolling to his right. That play is a handoff to Crow, but not much doing there. And, you know, going back to that last play, I like the play call. I like the aggressiveness to try to gain the yards in the air.
Absolutely.
But you got to give credit to the Stoughton secondary here. A lot of the times on a passing play when the quarterback has that much time, McGillivray had time, he surveyed the field, but he just couldn't see anyone open.
Yeah.
And you just gotta give props to the coverage.
100%.
Well, they're gonna try in the air here. McGill looking end zone corner, and that ball is gonna be down. Not picked off, although a valiant diving effort from a defender. 2 flags were thrown, most likely on the same play.
And nearly intercepted there, a risky throw. It looked like a good throw by McGillivray, but the wind seemed to kill it. And we're gonna see what they have for the flag. It looked like some sort of pass interference. I don't know if it was on. It was the intended target Jameson there, or if it was on one of Stoughton's cornerbacks. George is clearly upset to the official.
Yeah, that is going to be an interesting one to see. Looking like
still waiting on a call here from the officials, and it is going to be.
It's going to be against Stoughton here, which is going to move the ball up to second and goal now.
9-yard line. Second and goal from the 9 here.
My apologies. It's first and goal.
Sorry.
And Crow is going to cut back into the middle. He's going to be short of the line, but he's going to pick up at least a couple.
Yeah, and it
does the job.
And the Bulldogs really need to capitalize here because taking a lead into half would be huge. Bulldogs call a timeout, and you want to punch it in here, but you don't want to give Stoughton too much time left on the clock. Obviously, there's 36 seconds left, so you'd like to kill off a good amount of the clock, but obviously take the lead into the second half after a slow start.
Well, yeah, you got to walk the plank of, toting the line, trying to determine. You certainly want to score.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, you don't want to let Stoughton score. And that's really what the game's all about.
That's the name of the game. I mean, score more points than the other team. But.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the far side of your screen here, just beyond the fence, you have the Stoughton marching band preparing to come onto the field at halftime. So get your popcorn now.
And if you haven't heard the news, I mean, Stoughton has a fantastic marching band. If you don't have plans for halftime during this game, I would say just stay tuned and just watch this marching band do its thing because, let me tell you, they are special.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it really reminds you of just the Macy's Day Parade, but our own
Here
little
in Stoughton.
here.
Yeah, here in Stoughton.
Here in Stoughton.
No floats, unfortunately.
Crow. And Crow is going to be stifled at the line. And we're getting word from our producers here that Stoughton's marching band might actually have some resembling of a float. But
Really?
we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
Don't touch that dial here.
I got no plans for halftime except watch what this what this marching band has in store for us. As on that previous play, Stoughton's defense swallows up Nick Crow behind the line. So the Stoughton defense, again, standing strong, only 6 points against this high-powered Canton offense.
Yeah, and while if you couldn't tell, our excitement about this marching band is uncanny. We do have bigger fish to fry, as there is still 29 seconds left in the half here in a game knotted at 6.
Yeah.
And this drive right here, these last two, it's a 3rd down. And if Canton can punch it in here, that would be just massive for the trajectory of this game.
Absolutely. Marcel and James Grant in motion here.
McGilvery rolling out. He's going to go
wide
back
open
to the other side of the field. Touchdown, Tommy Rose.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the Powder Puff game yesterday. Misdirection. I mean, what misdirection by Marty Sasson. I mean, what a great play call by Marty Sasson. He fools the whole entire stadium. I didn't even know that was going to go down. A great play call. He motions Marcel and James Grant to the right. He has McGilvery, the lefty, roll right, and then great job by Brian McGilvery turning his hips and finding Tommy Rose wide open in the end zone.
Well, yeah, you really said it. Everyone in the building thought that they were going to the right. Matter of fact, everyone in the town. You could even go county if you wanted. I mean, the whole place, the whole area, they knew that it was looking like it was going to be going to the right side. And Tommy Rose just able to sneak away. And that's not easy. He's a big frame there. You don't lose sight of him very, very easily. Bulldogs are going for 2 here. McGilvery to the left sideline, throws, and that's going to fall incomplete. There is a flag down. We'll see.
Looks like the flag was by the line of scrimmage. We'll see what happens.
It's going to be holding on the Bulldogs, most likely decline. So the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful, but nevertheless, Canton takes a 12-6 lead here.
Yeah, and a good idea to go for the 2-point conversion. That's what I was expecting them to go for. Obviously, the weather conditions and the turf conditions don't make it ideal for a kicker at all. This turf, obviously, if anyone is unsure, this turf is it's different than your normal turf. It's a little more slippery. I've never played on it, but Shane could attest to that as a soccer player.
Oh yeah, it's a mulch surface underneath, so the actual blades of turf are shorter as well, and 2 + 2 = 4. It's just not a great combo there.
Don't even know what that means.
and I don't even know if I do, but we got 22 seconds here left in the first half.
22 seconds before the greatest marching band of all time.
The heralded Stoughton High School marching band
takes the field.
You're probably wondering, Shane, you keep talking about having played here. I was a part of the soccer team this season, and we come here for a game, and the band's practicing when we get here
tirelessly,
and we leave for the game. After the game, played a whole game, and the band is still practicing, and that just is a testament to how much persistence and how much care and how much time and effort that their band puts into this. And we've been talking about the band so long, we didn't even touch on that kickoff.
Almost a beautiful kick by Ritson. It skips into the end zone for a touchback, but that could have been dangerous. Obviously, the Stoughton offense is going to have to get moving and move the ball fast if they want a chance to get some points on the board. I'm not sure what field goal range looks like for their kicker and on this windy day. So we'll see what they do, if they're just going to run the ball or they're taking a knee, or if they're going to try to get the ball moving here. Here's Rockwood, snaps it. Georges takes the handoff. bounces to the outside. Georgia's going to step out of bounds just short of the 25-yard line.
Well, there's Jerome Weeks there in on the tackle. And it's going to be a gain of about 2, I'd say, if I had to ballpark it.
Yeah, good run there by Georges. He's been good so far this game. His run attack has been great. We expect him to continue to do that in the second half.
Yeah, my apologies. That was going to go with a gain of 5, so either I need glasses or I just wasn't paying careful enough attention.
I think it's the second one.
And Rockwood is going to take the snap, hands it off to Georges. He's going to cut up, staying on his feet, dancing, and he's going to be brought down at about the 31-yard line.
Timeout called by Stoughton, I believe. Stoughton's going to try to, looks like they're going to look for a big play here late in this half, try to, maybe get a touchdown or some miracle long play, something like that,
Well, not much time, but certainly opportunity here. As 7 seconds to go remaining in the half, and currently a 12-6 ball game. Both these teams are going to go into halftime with coming back out of it with the mentality that they are certainly in this game and that it is their game to win. So, after this incredible band, we are going to be seeing an absolute dogfight to go down here in the second half.
Yeah, it's as we mentioned before this game. Stoughton is a 2-win team and Canton is an 8-win team. Yet you see in a rivalry game, you see this in division games in the NFL too, in conference games in college football. They just mean more. And this is a rivalry that has been spanning for years on end. And that's why this game is so close, because both teams want it so bad.
Well, yeah, they run a little play, dishing it out wide to Abelard, who's able to pick up a first down and step out of bounds with a second to go. He really just has a great internal clock, knowing the clock.
Yeah, and a little fun fact, the first game between these two teams was played in 1926.
Wow.
So way before my time, and they played in front of 2,000 spectators. I'm not sure what the numbers look like today, but that's a lot of spectators. And Stoughton actually won 6-0. I'm not sure if it was in Canton or Stoughton, but
Rockwood takes a snap, looking downfield. He's got Rose right on him, able to shake free, throws it down over the head of, who is that? That's going to be Visante. Jerome Weeks giving him a piece of his mind as they got a bit tangled there. And we are head to halftime.
We're head to halftime. They want the Stoughton sideline wanted the pass interference flag there. They didn't get it. But as we go into halftime, the Canton Bulldogs take a 12-6 lead into the locker room. This is anyone's game right now, Shane, and to everyone watching right now, hope you enjoy the marching band's performance, and we will see you when we get back.
And actually, we do have a special treat for you here. We tried to go around and crowdsource and find someone to really talk about this experience of being here at the game today. And never mind, the band is coming onto the field.
All right, so that's going to be it for us. We will see you after halftime.
2 circuits, local and national, MICCA, and US bands. And they're on traveling home this summer again in September, October, things a little bit in November. They had several first place finishes throughout the year. And for, I think that maybe second, third year, it's been 2 years, we've been hosting the US band Massachusetts State Championship. We hosted here on November 1st. So wonderful events for sure. The performance is one thing from the Marching Black Knights, but we can't forget all of the effort that it takes to set up this field show in just a matter of minutes. You've got faculty, staff, but a lot of parents. The parents of performing arts students, the TOPS, parent organization, do a lot of work every year. We really appreciate all of their work every year. Drum major, Khalid Vaharilio, is the band ready? Stoughton High School Marching Black Knights, you may take the field in halftime performance.
This is your captain speaking. On behalf of the crew, we welcome you aboard Flight 02072. Today's in-flight entertainment is presented by the Stoughton High School Marching Black Knights with selections of Fly, Birdland, Butterfly and Fly Away. Flight attendants: Colleen Faharillo, Gabby Paul, Joey Lyons, Gianna Curtis, Kiara Bailey and Jada Medeiros. Fasten your seatbelts and prepare for departure. Our show this afternoon, Dreams Take Flight. Once again, this is your captain speaking. Stoughton High School, are you ready to take flight? reached a smooth cruising altitude and the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. Out the window, you'll see wings all around us. Some small, some mighty, each one reminding us, flight begins with a dream. return to your seats and fasten those seat belts.
I wish that I could fly so very high into the sky, just like a dragonfly. Fly above the trees, over the seas, and all degrees, to anywhere I please. I want to get away, I want to fly away, yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to get away, I want to fly away, yeah, yeah, yeah.
As we prepare for landing, remember, once you take flight, the sky is only the beginning.
I came to win, to fight, to conquer, to rise. I came to win, to survive, to prosper, to fly, to fly. To
What a show. For 2025 Marching Black Knights. Out here almost every football game this whole season, as well as traveling almost every weekend. For that performance, phenomenal. I do have the winning 50-50 raffle ticket here in my hand.
Hello and welcome back. What did we say? That we told you that Marching Man was going to be great, and it clearly was. Me and Shane don't lie up here, or Shane and I don't lie up here. But we are back from halftime. Time to focus on the football game we have at hand. If you're just joining us now, it was a rather slow first half. The Bulldogs lead 12-6, and Shane, what do you think was the key to that first half for both teams? Why do you think what do you think has stopped the Canton offense from only scoring 12 points, and what do you think Stoughton's done well so far?
Well, I think establishing the run game has been key. You know, getting Crow, getting Marcel. You see them, even Jameson sweeping around. They've definitely been able to open up and break down the Stoughton defense, but not very well, as it's only a 12-6 game. Give Stoughton credit. Their defense has been fantastic. And, I mean, I love talking about football, but man, that band really just did it for you.
I mean, win or lose for Stoughton, that Marching Man was a win for sure. I mean, they went with the aerial approach. They really focused on the airplane flying type, vibe, and I was all for it personally.
I was. I'd love to meet him, though. He has a great mustache.
I mean, if you haven't seen this, I mean, his mustache is one of the better mustaches I've seen of my 18 years on Earth. Probably the best. Probably the best mustache I've seen, and he has amazing voice too. I mean, if you could hear him on this broadcast, his voice is just fantastic. He's doing it well.
He does, and he gives you what you need to know. He tells you that hot coffee and hot chocolate are sold out, and he announces the 50-50 raffle for you. For all you listening and following along at home, that's 1 for. I know any of you watching on the broadcast actually purchased a 50-50 raffle ticket, seeing as it seems like more of an in-person type of event.
Probably not. It looks like our winner is up here with us.
So I mean, tell your friends 1440. Tell them to check their tickets. And we have a special guest up here who's going to talk just a little bit about how much this atmosphere impacts the game and what this game means to him.
So on the mic here is gonna be Justin Lesser. He's just gonna talk about how much this game means to him. And Justin, tell us about that Canton sideline over there. How energetic is it? Absolutely.
This game, that was amazing. Thanks for having me up here. Actually,
Absolutely.
up here, never talking the show. Ready to watch some football.
Absolutely. Go Bulldogs. Thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving, Justin.
Well, thank you, Justin. That's long-time listener, first-time caller, Justin Lesser, and you know he loves the holiday of Thanksgiving, and don't we all?
Yeah, I mean, just one of the better. Personally, it's in my top 3 for sure.
It's easily a top 3 holiday, and it means so much to so many people. You know, you go back to the Pilgrims coming across. You know, they're breaking bread with the natives, and now to this day we still cherish that sense of thankfulness and togetherness that it really brings. You know, you hear about everyone traveling to go meet up with the people they love, and to really just share this blessed day with them.
Absolutely, and it's notorious for its football too. You know, Lions hosting the Packers today, Cowboys hosting the Chiefs at 4:30, and then at 8:20 the Ravens hosting the Bengals. Unfortunately, Shane and I will not be broadcasting those games. They asked us, but we decided to opt to spend this Thanksgiving with our families instead of going to Detroit to announce the Packers game. So we're doing this game instead, and arguably the better game.
We asked him actually pregame why he wears number 12, and his name is Brady Hart, but he was a big fan of Tom Brady. So
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, that's going to give you 12, and it's real interesting to see if we look at their career stats. It's clear to see which one's the better football player. It's Brady Hart. He does so much for this Canton football team, and don't get me wrong, Tom Brady had a fantastic legacy here.
Yeah, he's a solid player. But
You know, it's hard to parallel with a legend like number 12.
yeah, and then on top of that, I interviewed Brady yesterday, and I just wanted to get an insight to this team, and I said, if you could sum up the season in one word, what would it be? And he said legendary. He said it's historical. They haven't made the Final Four in many years. I think 30, 40 plus years. So making the Final Four was super historical. That's why he said legendary. He said it's special to be a part of a team like this that goes this far and is able to make the Final Four. You know, not the result they wanted, falling short to Tewksbury last week in Lynn, 35-6. But it was still nevertheless a great season, and they're hoping to cap it off with a W.
Thanksgiving football, they do go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly, and so we might as well talk about the football here. On that return, you know, there was some extracurriculars after the forward progress of Dylan Lang did get hindered, but right back to it here on first down. McGill is going to go to Nick Crow on the run game.
And
He seems a little bit shaken up, but, you know, it's a contact sport.
yeah, and the Bulldogs emphasizing the run game early here, something that we're probably going to see the ground attack again. You know, both teams really just hammering the ball. You know, if you weren't here watching the first half, it was a little slow. 2 fumbles on the offensive side for the Bulldogs, in stressing the run game. Both teams have stressed the run game so far.
100%, they definitely have. That's going to be Crow getting out to about the 49-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down here. And, these Bulldogs, they come out hungry.
Absolutely. You see this. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're good.
Oh, go ahead. No, we're stepping on each other's toes. That's my fault. I was just gonna mention that amazing block when we were 61. As you just saw in the replay. It's Justin Lacey, a great block. He's only a sophomore, but you'll see him here lined up just right of Owen Sasson here, and just a great block opening up the hole for Nick Crow there. Yeah, you love to see those big plays downfield. Obviously, as you can see in this replay here, if it's going to pan to him, Marcel's double covered. So you may be thinking, why is he throwing it into double coverage? Well, Marcel is an incredibly talented player. He's shown time and again that when he's double covered, he can still make that catch. And talking to Brian McGillivray and before this game, he said, I still have trust in my receiver one, Jake Marcel. Even if he's double, and I apply that means when he's double covered, as Nick Crow swallowed up in the backfields.
Yeah, McGillivray certainly has really emphasized the trust he has in his receivers.
Yeah, you see, absolutely. Absolutely. You see in that replay, Arnold really working down to the line of scrimmage there. He comes the blitz. He reads it perfectly, times it perfectly, and swallows up Nick Crow in the backfield. A great job by Arnold there, number 22. Yeah, and a clear penalty from number 22, I believe there. Jackson Arnold's.
There is a flag down. I mean, going back to Arnold there, wearing 22 because of the fall of McGeckran. And, you talked about his ability to really find the lane and get a good jump. That is something I've noticed this entire game. You see, it seems at least like twice every drive. He's in that linebacker position, but he creeps up, times it perfectly, and really just explodes through before anyone even knows he's gone.
I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. He's been fantastic. And a little confusion on the field right now. Another little fun fact here. In 19, I believe it was 88 or 89, Canton won this game by a touchdown. The only point came from touchdown pass by Jeff Eckler, who is now the head coach at Canton High School. So, cool little thing there. As is going to be a penalty on the Black Knights defense. I think it was when Arnold pushed. I don't know who he pushed, but I think it was when Arnold pushed that Canton receiver on the right sideline, or close to the right sideline. He didn't have the ball. And you see what happens here. Pereira lined up to the left. Only receiver out to the left. Trips to the right.
Throw along the outside. He's going to cut up towards the sideline. And that's going to be a gain of 4. And, you look at the penalty side of things. Stoughton's had 3 penalties. Canton only 1. It was declined on a 2-point conversion that didn't even matter. So really been one-sided in that department. But, going back to our crew chief, still don't know his name. Wish I asked him at halftime. They've been playing. The boys have been playing clean, so the refs are calling it.
Absolutely. Not a lot of penalties here, Shane, so far. I mean, it's been a physical game, not as chippy as here's Arnold is creeping in. McGillivray drops back to pass, and it's intercepted by Arnold at the line of scrimmage. He's going to take this one back. The 30, the 20, the 10, green ahead of him. Touchdown, Black Knights. What a play by Jackson Arnold. Oh, my goodness. He's going to take this one back. It's going to be a pass attempt by McGillivray in the pocket, and at the line of scrimmage, we've seen Arnold been such a present at the line of scrimmage. And he's such a presence at the line of scrimmage. He's gonna jump up. We saw him a couple plays ago. He creeps up. And ready to blitz. And then McGilvery passed just a little too low. And usually they bat that one down, but just an amazing catch there by Arnold. He's been the MVP for Stoughton so far. Okay. All right, so we have some technical difficulties up here. Shane Kelleher's microphone is malfunctioning, it looks like, but Shane, tell me.
All right, and Rockwood
Shane
takes
is
a snap.
back.
He's going to look for the two-point conversion, incomplete. Good coverage there by Chris Pereira. And we are all tied here at 12.
Yeah, we're sorry about the confusion there. Shane couldn't talk, unfortunately. His call would have been much better than mine on that. Whatever his name is. Jackson Arnold.
And don't sell yourself short there. You know, I thought it was a beautiful call. And,
No, thank you.
And that's something that being in this business for so long, you learn the tricks of the trade. And the ability to adapt
absolutely.
there, it was flawless. The viewer wouldn't have even known that there was a technical difficulty. Maybe, I don't.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming here, I'm assuming someone can drive by the street and yell out the window, tell us if there was difficulty or not.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
You know, at least from my end, I thought that was a pretty flawless operation, and you did a great job covering in my absence. And I feel very comfortable that you know.
Yeah,
even when the ship's sinking, we're gonna find a way to stay alive.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I just want to tell you, it wasn't the same with it wasn't the same just me. I don't think I'd be able to. I don't think I'd be able to do this without you, Shane. And on this Thanksgiving, I'm thankful to have a broadcasting partner like Shane Keller. Baldiga takes it.
Well, you didn't come from gratitude. You came for the football game, and here comes. I believe that's still like getting.
Brody Baldiga.
Absolutely thrown
Brody
around.
Baldiga. Can you? What? Could you, Shane, just give me your rundown of that? I know you were watching the play. Could you give me a rundown of that, of what happened there when Arnold took that one back?
Well, yeah. McGilvery's looking downfield, and it's one of those ones where, as a quarterback, your eyes kind of naturally, you're looking high. Everything you're doing, you're looking for your receiver longest down the field. So you inadvertently, you kind of blur that linebacker out of your image. Then you go to throw it, and he just hops up and is right there to get it. The ball comes out. Crow picks it back up down the right side. He's going to stiff arm, still going. He's going to run down at about the 41-yard line. Productive run there from Nick Crow. And segueing right back to what I was just talking about. McGilvery releases that ball, and Arnold's right there. He jumps up, he catches it, and at that point, he's gone like the wind. There's no catching him.
Yeah, and third botch snap for this Canton offense, but Crow really makes something out of nothing. He's able to move the chains, actually. He takes it in the backfield, moves the chains down the right sideline. A great job by Nick Crow and this offensive line. As here's Crow down the left sideline. He's taken down around the 36. A big hit by Arnold.
And Crow's going to get it down to about a 2nd and 1 here.
As this Bulldog offense really needs to get going here. 7 minutes, 50 seconds and counting down in this third quarter. Still a lot of football left to be played, Shane.
Oh, certainly a whole lot of football left to be played. You got a quarter and a half here, and it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this team is able to combat the time. Father Time is still ticking on the clock here.
Yes.
And there isn't much time left. And
Baldiga gets his first carry of the game there, and he gets it for a first down. So a good carry there by Baldiga. He's going to move the chains, and this offense really moving down the field. They're in Stoughton territory here, and hopefully they can punch one in.
Yeah.
And McElvery trotting back to the huddle here. McGillivray, I mean, a little bit about him, a real hard worker.
Oh, very.
Really hard worker. He, very smart kid, very, very nice kid, and he's a guy that leads by example. He's pretty vocal, but he works hard in the weight room and on the field.
And Baldiga just trying to stay up and get yards, but he is just being absolutely pummeled there by, we'll call it, 4 defenders.
Sure.
And
sure.
While the quantity might not matter too much for you, it's just we're trying to give you a scope here of how tough that is for Baldiga. He's a strong kid. He puts in work in the weight room, and for him to just not even be able to make an impact there, it's impressive and a testament to the Stoughton defense.
I mean, absolutely. And Canton facing some adversity here early. Again, I said it early. If you told me this was going to be a 12-12 game with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But Stoughton has really surprised me. I was unfamiliar with their game until now, and they really got great.
And Assassin snaps it back to McGillivray. Marcel takes the pass, runs around, and just absolutely bodies the defender.
And it starts with Marcel bodying his defender. That was not a flag. His shoulder goes in to the Stoughton defender. That was a clean hit. It looked like there was a scuffle with Crow in the middle, and then a Stoughton player hit a Canton player, and that's where the flag came out. We have an injured player on the field. He's number 54. I hope he's all right.
That flag comes in late, more due to the extracurriculars than the play itself. But, I mean, Jake Marcel is just absolutely showing off his specimen ability to move the ball downfield.
Absolutely. It's going to be Lucas Dos Santos who got injured. And it's going to be unnecessary
we're
roughness.
the best for Dos Santos there.
We really are. It's going to be an unnecessary roughness for the Black Knights. So now operating from the 15-yard line is this Canton offense. And we mentioned earlier this Canton team facing adversity, but they're no stranger to adversity. They've had quite the adversity this season, which we'll touch on after this play.
Yeah, certainly, and McGill takes a snap. Out wide to Jamison. There's a defender right on him and wraps him down.
Yeah, what a tackle
Nothing
there.
Going on there for Jamison, unable.
Going to be Andre
Barrows.
Barrows.
There is a flag thrown here. We haven't seen too many penalties in the first half, but they're coming out early and often here.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pick up, and I think as the game goes on, it gets a little chippier, and that is why. And a sea of a roar of boos in front of me here. Stoughton fans are clearly unhappy. I mean, this lady is just tearing apart the refs.
Oh yeah, and going back to football and Thanksgiving, my mind is wandering as one does. And have you ever tried turducken?
No, I've not. I'm a strictly turkey.
Would you be interested in trying turducken?
You're gonna have to tell me what that is. Is it?
It's turkey, duck, and chicken.
That's what I thought.
All in like
I would
1 bird.
I would 100% all in one bird. But a turducken is not a bird.
Back to the turducken after this play.
After this play. So here's Mac.
McGillivray takes a snap after the motion. Crow deep down. Another flag coming out here.
Yeah, it seems like after every play it's getting chippy. I mean,
it certainly is getting chippy.
It certainly is, and you kind of you don't like to see it, but you love to see that there's passion at this game. You love to see that there's passion on each sideline.
Oh,
and
there's
certainly the fans. I'm hearing it right now, but I think flags were thrown there, and we saw actually the Stoughton Powder Puff team get an unnecessary roughness yesterday. And we're seeing with their football team again.
The referee's holding court. They come out with a hold on the Bulldog offense.
And Stoughton fans finally happy with that call against the Bulldogs offense. And we mentioned it earlier about the adversity. So Canton starts the season with a 34-0 against Division I Franklin High School, and then the quarterback JT Norton, who had a crazy game, their first game of the season. He actually, comes down with an illness, and he can't play for 2 games. That's where Brian McGillivray steps in. he's a senior as well. He's been working for this moment, and he leads the Bulldogs to 2 crucial wins. So then Norton comes back, leads the Bulldogs to an 8-2 record, or excuse me, 6-2 record, and then very late in the first playoff game against Wakefield High School, Norton breaks, unfortunately, I believe breaks his fibula or his ankle, somewhere around there. So so he breaks his somewhere in his leg, and then McGilvery steps in, gets a crucial win against Marblehead, and then unfortunately Tewksbury takes the Bulldogs down. So a lot of adversity for this Bulldogs team, Shannon. On top of that, Bouchard was out in the playoffs, and their coach, unfortunately,
Got placed on administrative.
yeah, unfortunately was no longer with the team anymore at some point in the some point, I would say a little before halfway through the season. So it's been a lot of adversity for these high school kids, you know, but they've responded pretty well, in my opinion.
Very well. McGilvery downfield. Jamison tipped up, and he cannot come down with it. Wow. And McGilvery looking downfield. You got to love the look. Jamison almost caught it on the deflection. You know, you might be wondering, hey, this offense was just in the red zone. How are they all the way back here? Well, there was actually 2 flags on that play. That set up a 1st and 34 after a short run of about 2 from Crow. It now becomes a 3rd and 32 after that pass. And, you know, it's tough here because you want to, you want
to get the 32
you want to
yards.
get the 32 yards, but at the same time, you want to take care of the ball.
You want to make it a 4th and manageable too, because again, we talked about it. You know, they're gonna go for it on 4th down probably.
McGilvery slings it, finds Pereira over the middle. He's gonna be taken down. The ball is out, but they're ruling him down.
Yeah, his knee was down for sure there.
Certainly, and he's down about the 19-yard line. That's good for the Bulldogs. And here's the thing: that's where, as an offensive coordinator, it becomes decision time, because you're looking at a 4th and probably.
The chains aren't up, so
it's a 4th and goal.
Is it 4th and goal? Okay, so it's 4th and goal from about the 14.
Do you go for it, or do you bring out Ritson the kick? Or Harney, either one.
They're probably going to go for it here. And you've seen with this offense, they have a lot of potential. They can score from this 14-yard line, but this Stoughton defense keeps playing the way it is. I mean, it's going to be hard to score in this 4th and 14, but we'll see what Marty Assassin draws up here.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. The offense is going to stay on the field here. McGilvery.
Stoughton crowd getting
takes
rowdy.
A snap, drops back in the pocket, looking to his left, throws it downfield, has Marcel in the end zone, touchdown! Bulldogs! Could not come at a better time. It is 18-12, Canton, and the sideline across from us is going absolutely ballistic.
Yeah, and Stoughton's going to run man-on-man coverage, and Jake Marcel says, you know what, bet. And Brian McGilvery floats that one over to his #1 receiver, arguably the best receiver in the Hawk-Mock League, and he's going to bring that one down for the touchdown. A huge touchdown at this point in the game for the Canton Bulldogs, taking a 6-point lead. We're going to see if Ritson can extend the lead to 7 here.
Yeah, Ritson out for the PAT, which is interesting. Normally that's Harney's the duty. Up, and it's good. So our first kick made of the game, and that's going to make it 19-12 Bulldogs. You know, you saw Harney take a fall there early, kicking that first one that hit off the bar. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not he's in concussion protocol. Not concussion protocol, but injury, as you know. Speaking of injuries, we have one on the field.
Number 52, Anthony Upchurch.
Well, we wish the best for Upchurch here on this Thanksgiving.
We absolutely do. We absolutely do.
You never want to have to go to the ER.
Yeah, you know, and he is rolling around in agony right now. You have the Stoughton athletic trainer and Kristen, the Canton athletic trainer, out there, and Upchurch is going to, help off the team by a teammate.
And shout out to the medical staff here for Stoughton High School. They've dealt with numerous injuries here today, but they've been doing a good job and keeping this great sport we love safe.
Absolutely, and Stoughton gonna get the ball back. And if you're Stoughton, you're gonna really need to score here. A lot of football left. You don't need to score. I kind of take that back. But you don't need to score, but you'd like to respond.
Oh, it would definitely
You
help.
like to respond. That was a huge momentum shift. I mean, it looked like Canton was dead over there. You know, they 3rd and 32. Pereira with the huge catch over the middle, and then obviously Marcel with that touchdown pass. But a great job by Canton to respond to that adversity. We just talked about how much adversity they've had to face this year, and there's another piece of adversity that they overcame.
Well, yeah, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and we're seeing a tough bunch of Bulldogs right here.
Get going for sure.
Tiernan Ritson to boot it down the field. That's going to be up in the air.
And there's Ryan Hickey chasing after him.
Oh, and
he's
taken down.
folded.
Brody Baldiga with the tackle. There's going to be a flag most likely on the Bulldogs here. And, you know, you love to talk the talk after you walk the walk, but sometimes it's gonna get flagged.
Yeah, you got to know that after the whistle, you know, your teammate makes a great clean hit. There's no flag on the play, and then you got to know that you can't do that. You can't cost your team extra yards.
Especially
you got to
with the
keep your
trend.
head. Yeah, especially with the trend of physicality and chippiness in this game, you got to know to keep your head.
And you have to be aware that the refs are certainly keeping track of that. Like
they're looking for it
their
now.
heightened abilities, their senses, they're watching much closer, and they're also going to be much more willing to let that flag fly.
Absolutely, as Rockwood lines up with 2 backs in the backfield here. It's Arnold and Georges.
Here's Rockwood. He takes a snap, hands it off to George. Another flag down.
Good run by Georges there.
George is gaining some yardage. Just over half field now. And there's a flag.
Stoughton Clan's clearly distraught about these officials. I thought they have done a pretty fair job given the chippiness of this game. I thought they've been pretty fair, and this has been a great game so far.
It certainly has been. It's been entertaining nonetheless, and no matter who comes out of this one on top, it's gonna go down in history as certainly a football game here in the Thanksgiving Day.
Absolutely, it's gonna be one that I remember for a long time. And the minute 55 remaining in this third quarter.
Well, Rockwood taking back over. We forgot to get back to touching on Turducken.
Yeah, we did. we did forget to talk about
Vicente around the corner, and he's still staying up. Narney in there. Harney will take him down. And 24, Nolan Harney. Good to see him out there. Good to see him making a play.
Absolutely, and back to this turducken thing. I'm definitely open, to the idea of eating turkey and chicken. The duck is where I may draw the line, but I think I'm willing to try it.
Well, yeah, and I've been told many times you can't knock it till you try it. So,
yeah,
as a guy who has not indulged in duck or any sort of mallard,
you sounded like you were a turducken, experienced in the turducken world.
Well, I'm intrigued by the whole display, but I don't.
Does it look like a turkey, or?
Something of the sorts.
All right, so we're getting word here. We're getting word here from our crew.
Rockwood's pass falls incomplete, and thank you to our producer Peter here, who has some insight on turducken. I don't know if he's ever tasted it. Peter, have you ever tasted turducken? And we're not going to get word here from Peter on that regard, but basically it's looking like a turkey on the outside with rolled up duck in the middle, and then under that you have the rolled up chicken. So it
kind of just keeps getting
it's
better.
It's kind of like the Russian dolls. What I forget what their official name is, but
you just keep going in. It's like a different meat each time. It seems like.
And forgive me for not knowing the government name of the Russian dolls, but. You can see how the two correlate here.
Absolutely. And again, thank you to our support crew who knew about turducken there.
Rockwood downfield. That one's intercepted by Weeks.
And Jerome Weeks. I mean, again, we talked about him earlier. Number 1. I mean, he is a fantastic football player. He is I believe he signed to serve in the Marines next year, and he is stepped up this year in a big way as a senior. He competes out there in the fields, and he's a physical player. He's fun to watch, and he just, no bad things to say about a player like that.
Right on. He always brings the energy every time. He lays out to make a play. You see Rockwood, that's really the first pass deep down the field that Stoughton has gone for. And, while it doesn't necessarily end up in their favor, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that.
Yeah, especially because they're going to be down here in the fourth quarter unless something goes horribly wrong with this remaining 33 seconds. But a great interception by Weeks as he lays out for that one.
Certainly. Enter McGill stage left. He's going to hand it off to Crow. Still down the sidelines, just shy of a first down. Nick Crow doing everything in his power to fight and will these Dogs to victory today. Let's hope they get there.
Absolutely. And last year, I believe Canton, it was not a very close game in this Thanksgiving game, and I'm really thankful that this game is much closer. You love to see a good football game rather than a blowout,
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter here. And I hate to bring up the materialism that our society struggles with, but it's hard to talk about Thanksgiving without mentioning Black Friday. And I'm not necessarily a Black Friday savant. I don't know the whole market.
Me neither.
But they usually have some pretty good deals out there. If any of you viewers at home want to invest, I don't believe the CHS Boosters Club is running a sale, but don't be afraid to join them.
Absolutely.
It gets you
absolutely.
into most of the games free of charge, and really just supports a great cause here in the Canton Bulldogs athletics.
Yeah, I know personally I'm going to be looking around for maybe some hockey stick or something like that. Something that is usually expensive that I can get for cheap. But
Yes.
winter sports coming up for Canton High School. We got some highly anticipated teams, and this is the officially last game of the fall season. So what are you looking forward to for these winter sports, Shane?
Well, I'm looking for a fresh start to start off a fresh start.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get a new season, a new chapter, and
Turn a new
for all
leaf.
these teams,
Yeah.
you don't know who's going to be good. You don't know, will it be basketball? Will it be swimming? Will it be wrestling? Will it be hockey?
Absolutely.
And it's going to be winter track even. Marcel taking it down the right side. He's still in bounds. He's still up, going down. He's down to the 40 now before finally getting rolled over.
Yeah, and it's so easy there. If you're Jake Marcel, it's so easy to just step out of bounds there. But he opts to cut to the middle and keep the play alive. It would be so easy for him to just step out of bounds, but a great job by him there.
Great job. Will I be seeing you at Andrew? Will I be seeing you at Play It Again Sports on?
You might see me there tomorrow morning. I mean, they have some fantastic deals.
They
The
do.
50% off.
In Dedham.
I mean, we are not sponsored by Play It Again Sports.
Not at all. But if they're
But-
interested, don't be shy.
Yeah, I mean, we are not sponsored by Play It Again Sports, but if you want some great deals, head on over there.
And if you want to meet your broadcasting heroes, you might see us there. You just might have
You
the
really
luxury.
might.
Here comes Marcel.
Just come right up to us. We'll greet you, sign anything you want. And that's a pass from McGilvery to Jake Marcel for a gain. It looked about 6 or 7 yards.
And you're a child. So here we go. A good gain there by Marcel. That's going to set up a 2nd and 3 here. They're going to mark it 7 yards officially.
All right. See, I was between the two.
And, it happens.
It does. It really
but
does.
as a professional broadcast here, we're not going to touch on that subject.
Yeah. The famous 6-7.
3 receivers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. McGilvery.
Jameson in
Also
motion.
the motion. Jameson going to the left side. He's going to cut up the field, and he gets sandwiched there. But a good pickup. Speaking of sandwiches, what's your favorite kind of sandwich, Andrew Gillis?
It's so is a sub a sandwich is the question I have.
And that's a great. I'm gonna say a sub is definitely a sandwich. A hot dog is a questionable.
We're not committing.
We would need a whole nother game slot to
regardless,
determine whether or not
my
a hot
answer
dog is a
wouldn't.
sandwich or not.
My answer would not be hot dog. Sandwich. I mean, there's so many. I have like peanut butter and jellies every day, 2 a day, but my favorite in general is probably the meatball sub. The meatball sub just does it well for me. He's a great player in my life, and I'm very thankful for the meatball sub this Thanksgiving.
As you should be. And Crow getting wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He's going to maybe get 1 or 2 here.
Yeah, push forward there for a gain of looks like about 2. I thought he was going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage, but he manages to gain a few yards here.
Well, yeah, we're just over 10 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter on this lovely Thanksgiving Day here in Stoughton, Massachusetts. Thank you all for tuning in. If you just joined us, it is 19-12, Canton leading Stoughton. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 here. What's that, Andrew? What's my favorite sandwich? My favorite
Shane,
sandwich
what is your favorite sandwich? I was really wondering what your favorite sandwich was.
I didn't need you to ask, but it would have made me
please
feel
do tell me.
valued.
I'm curious.
My favorite sandwich is probably got to be, I'm a fan of the chicken parmesan. The chicken parm, can't go wrong. McGill throws it up in the air. It's a 50-50 ball, knocked out. It looks like it's going to be intercepted here by the Stoughton Black Knights. Marcel was the target. He had a double coverage on him. The ball slightly underthrown. The cornerback goes up, is able to get hands on it. Marcel makes a great play to rip it out, but that's where the safety comes in to intercept that pass in the end zone. So they're going to start at the 20-yard line.
Absolutely, and you see McGill throwing a double coverage again, and this time it unfortunately does not pay off. It's not even an incomplete pass. It's intercepted, and it looked like the cornerback on the left caught it, and then Marcel bobbled in his hands, and then the second cornerback on the right came down with it, took the knee in the end zone. A good defensive play by the Stoughton secondary. They're just not going away.
Well, the Stoughton secondary has been putting in good work this entire game. And I forgot about the steak and cheese. That's a great sandwich. But here comes Rockwell. He's going to call for the motion. Hands off to Georges, trying to split the D, but he will not be able to as the gap closes right as fast as it opens. And Georges is taken down.
Yeah, good job by this run defense for the Canton Bulldogs as Nick Crow gets the play from head coach Jeff Eckler. Canton defense really needs to stop here. 9 minutes to go in the 4th. So we've been saying for a while there's a lot of game left to play, and I guess there is, but not a ton of game left. It's really winding down here, and it's almost crunch time for the Stoughton offense. They got to put 7 points on the board as soon as they can.
Well, yeah, time is certainly not on their side here.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely against them. I would say time is completely against them.
Oh, no, there's still time. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
I don't think time has a side in this. Yeah.
Georges is going to scrap across a couple yards here. And, some of the viewers may start questioning whether or not we came here with the intent to talk more about Thanksgiving or football. But we're going to go more to the Thanksgiving realm here. Do you have any traditions that just every year you look forward to on this lovely holiday?
Nothing that, would be out of the ordinary. Just, head to my grandmother's house, then to my aunt's house, but in my amazing grandmother's house, my amazing aunt's house.
Yeah, shout out to Grammy, guys.
I mean, she's fantastic. But yeah, so I don't really have any traditions. We kind of just, eat food and watch football. What the average American does, but it just the memories made along Thanksgiving. And Shane, I'm gonna fire that right back at you. You got any Thanksgiving traditions? And I would like to say, a tradition always starts with this football game for me. Usually, I love coming to this game on Thanksgiving, and
as it should.
I'll look forward to come back here again as their puncher that I can't pronounce his last name comes back. I know he's a lefty though, and he kicks that one into the stands again.
Gonna go way out.
Oh, a potential souvenir again.
I mean, if you were watching earlier and you wish you had a chance to take a ball home, but you decided to stay in your seat and not try to catch it, you had a second opportunity here. And McLaughlin gets wrapped up, taken down for very little gain. That brings out the punter.
Yeah.
We're going to take a shot in the dark here. It's something in the name of Vepicule.
Yeah. Phil Vilpigou is the name.
Vilpigou, that's
Number
what it
18.
was. Apologies for it slipping the mind. I got too wrapped up in our Thanksgiving talk. You know, one thing for me, just a small tradition, has got to be listening to Alice's Restaurant. It's a great song. Arlo Guthrie, shout out to him. But, you know, it plays every Thanksgiving, 9 o'clock.
Does it?
And
is that a tradition for you? I was going to ask, what traditions do you have?
Well, yeah, that was a tradition, as that looks like Crow's going to gain one. And it's a simple song, it lasts a good while, and it tells a story. And that's
Absolutely.
something that really, in our music industry, I think we're losing. We're losing the real ability of pure storytelling.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Sometimes music can just be words thrown together, but this song that you're saying seems to have some sort of meaning or story to you. Can you tell me a bit more about the song?
Well, it's a fantastic song. It starts out with going to Alice's Restaurant. She lives in a abandoned church, actually. Alice does. Here comes Jameson. Oh, makes a tackle, and Jameson to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
What a shifty move by number 29.
Antoine Jameson.
Shifty move by Antoine Jameson there. You can see on the replay here, he cuts to the outside. A really good block by, I believe it was Jake Marcel on the sideline, getting away. And that's going to extend the lead to 12 for this Bulldogs team. Making this a two-possession game is huge at this point in the game. You only have 6 minutes and 5 seconds remaining, Shane. So, if you're the Stoughton offense, you're going to need to go down and score points, and you're going to need to do it fast.
And if I may, what math class are you taking this year?
I'm taking AP Calculus.
Well, you might want to go back. It is a 13-point lead, but with the extra point, it is now 14.
Oh, that's right.
It's okay. It happens.
I mean, you'd
We're
expect
human.
more.
Nobody's perfect.
You'd expect more.
And, sometimes it's just those numbers are daunting. I get it.
And I think I just missaw the 12 for a 13.
It happens.
So it's either a mental math issue or a sight issue again.
Yeah, right. And, they do say that people are either good at English or math. And, maybe it's just English is your strong suit, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Well, we got 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. It is 26-12 here. The Bulldogs have the lead wearing their white away uniforms with the green helmets and green lettering, while the Stoughton Black Knights in their black home jerseys with the black helmets, white lettering, and orange trim.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in right now, this is the 99th anniversary of this game. The first game was in 1926, where Stoughton won 6-0. Canada's won the last 3 of these, I believe. So looking to get their 4th straight. And if you're just joining us, and we were knotted at 12 at the half, and Canton has put up 2 scores in the second half and kept Stoughton scoreless here in the second half.
Well, yeah, this historic matchup has had many meetings and many results, one of which was actually a 0-0 tie. This is certainly not the case today, as we have seen the offense for both teams come out to play. The kickoff is away from Tiernan Ritson.
So we're getting word here that the Russian doll is called the Matryoshka doll here. Thank you to my dad for telling me about that. But it's very we didn't know what it was called, but we all know what it was. We just didn't know the name. Was the problem there?
Right, and that's just a testament to how it's not always about what you say, but it's about how it made you feel. And
I'm not sure if I get what you just said.
Well, it's not very closely related. Sometimes you just throw stuff together and hope it sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So Stone's offense here, take the field. They need a not quick score. They need a score on this drive, most likely. Can's going to line up in, looks like man coverage.
Rockwood takes his snap, hands it off to Vicente. Vicente being wrapped up and moving backwards. They're going to give him forward progress here, but just nothing able to come out of it for Vicente.
Yeah, and a great gangrene tackle by the Bulldogs. You see, it was a host of Bulldogs. You got Pouchard in there, Rancy Jean-Baptiste. I think it was Rancy Jean-Baptiste and Nick Crow. We haven't talked about Rancy yet, but he's playing offensive line and defensive line. He's been a key player on this defensive line all season for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Rancy Jean-Baptiste is definitely a player who, it is surprising we haven't really mentioned him. He is an absolute unit on the line there, and we see him causing pressure on that play. That pass is caught. The ball comes out, but they're going to rule him down here. That was...
it was a Vicente there on the catch, number 2, Xavier Vicente.
It was Vicente.
And so you see that Stoughton goes with the air attack again. And they're going to need to keep the ball in the air probably because you only got 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. And they're going to need to pass and move the ball as fast as they can. So here's Rockwood lines up.
Rockwood communicates with his receivers. And Abelard gives him a nod, tells him we're ready.
Motioning
Rockwood
is
takes a
Vicente.
snap. George is motioning. Rockwood pressure by Sasson. Rockwood's going to have to throw it up. Caught. What a flag.
Was it caught by the big man?
I was going to say that might be a lineman, but
I think it was. And I don't know.
That might be an illegal receiver.
Yeah,
downfield.
an eligible man downfield. That's what I was thinking. If they didn't report him in as eligible, I don't think he's allowed to catch up. Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, Rockwood had all sorts of pressure, had nothing to do, so he, his 2 options there were throw it out of bounds, take the sack, or I guess the third option was try to find the lineman, and that he did.
He did find out. It was not on my bingo card, Shane.
Not on my bingo card at all.
But now, and it's the pressure from the Bulldog defensive line that has been so remarkable throughout the season in this game. Their ability to swarm the quarterback because you have that good defensive line that consists of Sasson, James Grant, Jean-Baptiste, I believe Stoughton mixes in there. But then you got the deadly linebacker crew of Marcel Crow and Pouchard, who's just been so good all season at swarming the quarterback, especially on the blitzes.
It appears that the flag is going to be picked up or declined as it is now 4th and 11.
And it's do or die here for the Stoughton offense. If you give the Bulldogs, the ball here at Stoughton's 25-yard line, it's probably going to be game in the Bulldogs' favor.
Well, we never want to call it, and we don't claim to be psychics, but,
We don't. We absolutely don't claim to be psychics, but
Pouchard anticipating, trying to blitz. Rockwell throws sideline, caught, and taken out of bounds there by McLaughlin.
not going to get he's going to be short of the line to gain, it seems, and that's going to be a turnover on down.
That is a turnover.
Brian McGilvray trots onto the field for what could be his final time in his high school career. He's going to trot on the field to lead this Bulldog offense with 4 minutes to go. And it's sad to think that it could be all these players, final time. They've had such a great career. These seniors have been truly remarkable on not only the team, but the community and their teammates as well.
Well, I couldn't agree more. And Nick Crow, another one of those seniors here, as he takes a snap, he's going to work his way up to about the 7-yard line. And he just finds the holes. He finds the gaps, slips through snug as a bug, and just is able to pick up extra yards that most running backs just don't have the ability to.
Yeah, and he is such a great running back, and so is our line. Our line has been so great this game. There you even see receivers. You see Antoine Jameson and Jake Marcel making some big blocks there to open up the holes for Nick Crow. So it's a team effort here, and Crow has been fantastic throughout the season and throughout his career. As I believe Stoughton took the timeout, and they're going to talk things over.
Have you ever seen Charlie Brown Thanksgiving?
No, personally I've not. I don't think. I don't think I've indulged in too many Charlie. I'm not very familiar with Charlie Brown. I know the music. I know Charlie Brown. I know Snoopy, but I've never watched it start to finish. I don't believe. Have you?
I have. I'm not sure exactly when. I don't know what made it come to mind. I don't know why. You know, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving or Christmas is more probably prominently known. McGilvery takes a snap, hands it off. Crow finding the lane, cutting inside. He's going to dip under 2 defenders, just like I do at the beach with those tidal waves. You know when you just dive under the waves?
I don't know.
It's a great
I don't know if I see that
experience.
vision. I kind of see what you mean, though. You know, I
Yeah.
kind of saw the vision there,
Yeah,
what you
and,
meant.
You know, we're running around all willy-nilly up here with our commentary, but
We?
who's we? It's just me.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Hey, guys.
But no, I love it.
I'm Shane
I love
Keller
it.
alongside Andrew Gillis, in case you forgot. We got
Yeah, it looks like
3 minutes and 40 seconds here.
Marcel lined up with Crow in the backfield.
Motion fake the jet sweep to Jameson, and they're going to let Crow just run up the gut.
And a nice gain by Crow there. Their hands are up in the air. I'm not sure what happened. But
Neither am I, but
and Crow's
maybe
hands
it
are
might
up.
be some sort of record.
I think it might be some sort of record as Crow gets a standing ovation. I mean, you
And-
talk about a guy like Nick Crow. I mean, just the staple of Canton football. Not only a great player, a fantastic leader. I mean, he's been leading this team for seems like 3 years now. He's been doing it right, and what a great example he is.
Well, yeah, he's the kind of guy you'd run through a wall for. Intercepted here by
So
number 52.
they went with the shovel pass there. I think that was the goal there.
It was
and tipped off
though.
and unfortunately intercepted. So it does give Stoughton some life. We were kind of talking as if this game was far over, but
Who's
it
we?
isn't. I was talking about this game was over. I know you said we aren't psychics, so we aren't.
No.
But this game I guess is not over yet. A costly interception there. Hopefully doesn't cost too much, but still a 14-point lead. My math is good there, I believe. 14-point lead for the Bulldogs. As Rockwood set to take the snap.
He's going to drop back in shotgun, throwing downfield, looking intercepted by Harney. Nolan Harney running 45 down to the 40. And he leaps up to make the grab there. He is finally brought down at the 35-yard line. But Nolan Harney,
I mean, we saw it a couple games ago against Marblehead. He is such a talented cornerback. You know, if you're going to throw it up, to your receiver guarded by Nolan Harney, you better make sure it's where your receiver can get it and no one else can get it. Because Harney, you see, he's fast, but he's lengthy, and he can jump. And you see right there in that replay, he jumps up and he uses his athleticism to get the ball at its highest point. It's a fantastic job.
yeah, he has that innate ability to just go up there and get it and just read the play. He knows where the quarterback's going, and he knows when it's his time, how to either undercut the receiver or go over the top. And yeah, you touched on it with Marblehead. You know, he comes out with 3 interceptions there. They almost built a statue for him after that performance. But nonetheless, he's still just doing what he does here today. Love to see it from him. McGilvery gives a handoff here. Baldiga getting wrapped around. That's looking like it's going to be a face mask.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, you could certainly see the face mask from up here.
If you look here, it's going to be number 31, and I believe it's number 52. That's going to, you can see Baldiga's head jerk back a little. That's going to be the penalty on number 52. Anthony Upchurch, he's a defensive lineman for the Stoughton Black Knights.
And it appears there may have been 2 penalties, or it was declined. I was too caught up in looking at the replay. Shout out to our replay crew and the rest of our production.
I mean,
They do a great job, and they make it possible. They walk so we can run.
I mean, absolutely. They set all these things up. We get here. We really just throw on the mics and just get talking, and fantastic job by them. The camera crew. This replay is amazing, and I've had a fun time here today, Shane.
Oh, it's been a blast. And
It really has been.
What's made it even better is the scoreboard, as we have a 14-point lead right now with just over 2 minutes to go, 2:21 to be exact. And it's going to be real interesting to see how the offense wants to function here towards the end of the game. We've seen the air give them some troubles as they do go back to Baldiga here. He's going to be taken down.
Yeah, it looks like Crow's going to be out of the game
30-yard
here.
line.
Crow has had a obviously great season, as I mentioned earlier, great
career.
Yeah, and they're going to let Baldiga, get some reps here. Actually, Crow might be coming back on the field. Stoughton takes the timeout here, I think. And they're going to talk things over, try to get some late life here. They trail by 14. They're going to need something special, to say the least here, Shane.
Well, it's certainly not out of the question, and you can never rule out this dangerous Stoughton offense and defense at that team in general. They're a good team. They put up a good fight. They battle, and they're not out of it yet. There's still time on the clock. Anything can happen here in the great sport of football.
Really can.
And
we've seen crazy things happen. 28-3, the Minneapolis Miracle. Many more things, but those are just two that I can think of off the top of my head. But so we'll see what happens. Hopefully Canton can just play clean football after a rough start. Canton, if you look back to that first quarter, they did not start well at all. They had a bad first half, but not necessarily bad, not their best, I should say. And then they really picked it up in this second half, Shane.
McGilvery looking downfield, has Marcel. He's not going to be able to make the catch, as a good play by Arnold there to really get in the way.
Yeah, and that pass, again, intended for Jake Marcel.
Yeah, it reminds me of Luke Cornett, the basketball player. He runs the Eclipse defense on a three-pointer, which basically intentionally jumps early to block the rim, effectively making it harder for the shooter to know where they're aiming.
Yeah.
That's the same sort of principle where even though Arnold doesn't make contact, even though he's just kind of jumping up there, he's getting in Marcel's vision, he's getting in his view, and it's making it way harder than people may think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a flag was thrown there. Shears came from the Canton sideline, which makes me think it was obviously against the Stoughton Knights here, and they're going to be moving quite the deal. It looks like a 15-yard penalty. Another flag. He is thrown out from the game. And this lady in the stands is not happy about that at all. I don't know who it was. I didn't hear.
That's going to be number 1. George is getting ejected from the game.
And I didn't see any. There wasn't any physical thing. It must have been something he said, because it was just kind of like a random whistle there.
Well, yeah, he's been.
And I have the headphones on. We're obviously up here. I didn't hear anything he said on the field, but Shane, it definitely seemed like it was something he said that got him ejected.
Yeah, no, 100%. And we've seen him bring the emotion all game. He's been invested, and at some point there is a line. I'm not exactly sure what he said, as you said, but it must have crossed it.
Yeah, that was
as Baldiga comes down. And so George's day is going to be ending early. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And we are just under 2 minutes to play here. And another flag comes out.
Looks like actually Curvin George's career is going to, I don't know if he plans on playing in college, but his high school career looks like it's come to an end. Stoughton fans clearly not happy about this officiating. This game seems to be far gone at this point, though. I mean, not necessarily. There's a minute 52 left, but
once again, we're not going to say that.
We're not. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I should not say that.
And we say that as a fan, not as a professional.
Exactly.
But then again, you're going to counter with RB professionals. It's a question that really.
I was not going to counter with that.
It's up to personal opinion.
Yeah.
It's up for debate, and we're not going to touch on that. But.
So it looks like a timeout by Stoughton. Talk things over. Things are getting chippy. Just had a disqualification, number 1, Curvin Georges, who's a key player in this team. So obviously, Stoughton needs some life here, and then one of their best players gets ejected by, looks like saying something. So not ideal position to be in if you're a Stoughton fan, but nevertheless. We still have a minute 50 to go. Only a 2-possession game, so anything can happen.
If you're Stoughton, you're thinking, say it ain't so. You're trying to get the ball back, and Georges is a key component of that offense. That if you are to try to march down the field, he's going to be a guy who you're definitely going to target. now with him out the game, you're going to have to turn to other players. You're going to have to turn to Arnold, McLaughlin, Rockwood using his feet, and it's just it's unfortunate for Stoughton, and we'll see if they can clean it up down the stretch. But the flags have definitely been flying.
Absolutely, and we've watched as this game has gotten chippier as it goes on. Not too chippy in the first quarter, but now in the fourth quarter, we have an ejection.
McGilvery takes a snap, gives it to Marcel. He's going to cut back inside. The ball comes out, and it's going to be Stoughton ball. They force a fumble. Marcel loses it, and the Black Knights are going to take over with 1:42 to go here. Down 2 possessions. They have a chance.
Yeah, so many turnovers for this Canton offense, but they've been able to hold the lead, right? You have, I think it's been 2 interceptions, right? I know at least of one.
At least.
I know there's 2 interceptions, a fumble, a few botched snaps. I think there's been 2 fumbles, so many hiccups. Far from perfect for this Canton offense, but they're managing to win the game or be winning in the game right now, and that's what great teams do. They find ways to win even when things aren't going their way.
And so Stoughton's going to take the ball deep in their own zone. It's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 1-yard line. Rockwood, sorry about that, throws, and they're going to rule it down. Lank dives in, almost made an interception. Almost had an interception.
I guess you could say made there, but
yeah,
as a fan of the Canton Bulldogs, I'm like, man, he caught that, but it's clear that ball hit the grounds, and
yeah, you're obviously gonna have some bias. It's impossible to get rid of bias, as we learn, but you can still try to call it how you see it, and we saw that one hit the turf. So,
absolutely. As professionals, we pride ourselves on telling the truth and nothing but the truth, and that hit the ground for sure.
Exactly. And out wide, tackled by Pouchard. In on the tackle as well as Jean Baptiste.
And it's Abelard gets his target there and reception. It's going to be 3rd and 8 now, I believe.
Abelard's a guy you're going to look to with the absence of Georges. We saw him getting targets even with Georges in the game, but now that he is gone, Abelard, expect him to pick up production.
Absolutely. In this Thanksgiving game, Shane has not failed to disappoint. It's been a fantastic football game, and it's really impressed me, both teams, as looks like Vicente was the intended receiver. Jerome Weeks knocks the ball out, incomplete pass. It's going to be 4th and long here, and literally do or die situation for the Stoughton Knights here.
Yeah, Vicente unable to haul it in, and that incompletion is going to stop the clock from running at 47 seconds here. Speaking of running, a lot of people run turkey trots or some form of road race on Thanksgiving.
That's true.
Have you ever indulged in such an experience?
Personally, I've not. No, have you?
I have, actually. I don't, I believe I've ran once. I've definitely gone to the race, and I've been a spectator multiple times. Not necessarily as of late, but I don't run cross country for a reason. Here comes
absolutely.
Rockwood, back in the pocket, throwing, releases downfield, and it looks like it's caught at the 43-yard line.
What a beautiful call.
That is going to be McLaughlin, who we have really seen bloom into one of Rockwood's favorite targets in this game.
That is winner ago. Was that number 11 or number 10 there that caught it?
That was 11.
That was 11. It's going to be winner Agoha with the great catch there. Rockwood just throws it up, and a great catch over Dylan Lank, who, he was playing pretty good defense, but,
Patrick McLaughlin.
Patrick McLaughlin. That is Patrick McLaughlin.
Apologies to Patrick McLaughlin.
Apologies. That was Patrick McLaughlin. A great catch by Mr.
If
McLaughlin.
you are Patrick McLaughlin, well, probably you won't be listening to this right now. But if you happen to tune in, or you are a relative, or a family member, or just a friend who knows Patrick McLaughlin, please give him our condolences. Fantastic catch by him.
Yeah, tell him we really like that catch too. It was really nice, and I apologize for messing up his name. I was reading his grade, but he's a junior. He's 11th grade and number 11. Great catch there.
Would you look at that? Here comes Rockwood rolling out to his left. He's looking downfield. He's going to dish it off to the side. Vicente's going to make the catch down at the, we'll call it the 44. And the clock is ticking. There's only 12 seconds left. They're going to tempo offense. No huddle here as the desperate last plays coming down to it. Rockwood's just going to spike it.
And 4 seconds remaining this game. Seems to be already decided, unless all goes south in 4 seconds. I think I can finally say that. But again, never. I'm not the type of person to say something like this. But
my friend Andrew Gillis is not typically one who counts his chickens before they hatch.
Exactly.
But I would have to agree with him that it would be impressive for such a comeback to happen. But hey, as we said before, we've seen crazier things.
Exactly.
And that's the lesson today. Here comes Rockwood. He's going to roll out to his left, looking downfield. He's going to haul it down there. And that's caught! It's caught by Abelard! Touchdown Knights! And that is going to make it 26-18. The buzzer does sound. The game is over.
So they're going to go for 2 here. I mean,
but just like we saw with the Powder Puff game yesterday, a last play score.
Yeah. This time, roles are reversed, obviously. Obviously, that touchdown doesn't really mean anything. Time runs out. But you like to see, especially Rockwood as a senior, get his last touchdown pass. And the Canton Bulldogs are going to win this one. Final score, 26-18. They're going to win their 4th straight Thanksgiving game over the Stoughton Black Knights. A great effort on both sides of the ball after a rocky start for the Bulldogs. Shane, what was the key to this one? Oh. Okay.
And yeah, a beautiful Thanksgiving day with a beautiful Thanksgiving win here for the Bulldogs. If you are a Canton fan, this is just a win that makes you happy, makes you proud, and can really start your day off in a good way. It wasn't the prettiest. It wasn't our best game. But at the end of the day, it's about who can pull it out and just getting that victory on the scoreboard. And it certainly happened. And there were great moments here. And we're going to take a look here at the highlight reel from today's game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Just plays all around the field. Obviously, it started with that huge run by Xavier Vicente. A great run that really really kind of punched first for the Black Knights. It was a huge explosive run, got the fans going, swung the momentum in their favor.
But when you get punched, you get up and punch right back. Nick Crow does the work with the touchdown to even it up at 6.
Absolutely.
And really make this game a very, very tight one.
Yeah, and then McGilvray on a beautiful play call by offensive coordinator Marty Sasson finds Tommy Rose in the end zone, and he's wide open.
Not to be outdone here. You see Arnold coming back and tying this game at 12.
That was the interception, I believe, right?
Yeah, that was the interception, touchdown.
And then so I know the highlight reel is playing right now, but Canton is receiving their Thanksgiving Day trophy as they take home the trophy for the 4th straight year. A great effort by the Bulldogs and a great historic season.
Well, yeah, and shout out to all of our fans out there, especially Vlad Francor. He is a diehard Bulldogs fan who really puts in the work in the student section. Unfortunately, celebrating the holiday, he could not be here in person. But He's always a guy who you look to for the energy, the excitement, and the compassion. And you know he's giving his well wishes from afar.
Absolutely, and it was something special for this team this year, for this Canton High School football team. They had a great season, historical to say the least, making the Final Four for the first time in a while. You see, the connections they built over the season, and then you also see the adversity they face. Something that this is a season they're gonna remember for the rest of their lives. The relationships they've built, and they were able to overcome a lot of adversity. They had a lot of things against them this year. They had a tough schedule. They lose their head coach, lots of injuries. They get plagued with lots of injuries, unfortunately. But they keep fighting. They fight to the Final Four, and it's great. It's great to see them get this win to cap off an amazing season, an amazing career for all these seniors.
Yeah, I mean, you said that it's a season they're gonna remember, and just a testament to that, it's a season that we're going to remember. So if we're going to remember it that well, just imagine how much more it's going to resonate with them, and it's going to stick with them. And now they're passing the torch on and just carving out more and more of this legacy for the Canton High School football program. And I know it's a long way away, but I can't wait till next season.
I mean, me too. It's going to be, with this program, they always get right back in the weight room. They get right back to practicing, and, these young guys are going to be, ready for next season. And, shout out to Stoughton. It was a great matchup. I love this rivalry. It's always a fun time. Shout out their amazing pep band. Their marching band is absolutely fantastic. And from me and Shane, I'm Andrew. This is Shane. We wish you everyone the happiest of Thanksgivings. Thank you for tuning in today. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic holiday. If you want more content on Canton High School sports and everything about Canton, subscribe to the YouTube channel CHS Video. Tune in to Canton Community Television. We're wishing you the happiest Thanksgiving and all the best.
Yeah, signing off for now. I'm Shane.
And I'm Andrew.
And go out there and have a great rest of your day.